America, 1963. The economy was booming. Families dreamed of a brighter future. The nation believed its best days were still ahead. No one knew that within hours, a single event would shatter that optimism forever. At the center of that hope stood one man, young, charismatic, fearless, President John Fitzgerald Kennedy. As he smiled and waved to the cheering crowd in Dallas, he had no idea these would be some of the last moments of his life. Then it happened. A sharp crack pierced the air, then another. In a matter of seconds, the world changed. History had just entered one of its darkest chapters. Televisions went silent. Radios trembled with breaking news. Mothers cried. Men stood frozen. Children looked at their parents in confusion. An entire nation suddenly realized its president had been shot.
Long before he became president, he was simply John, a young man with big dreams. He wasn't the strongest. He often battled illness, but inside him burned an extraordinary ambition to leave his mark on history.
War would test that ambition. On a dark night in the Pacific, his patrol boat exploded. Surrounded by fire and death, John Kennedy refused to abandon his men. That night, a future president became a war hero. America was captivated. Here was a leader unlike any before him. Young, energetic, confident. At just 43 years old, John Kennedy became the youngest elected president in American history. The White House suddenly felt different. The handsome president, his elegant wife Jacqueline, their beautiful children. Together, they seemed to represent a new American dream. People called it Camelot. But power comes with enemies and mistakes. Only months after taking office, Kennedy faced humiliation. A secret mission in Cuba collapsed. Critics called him weak. Some believed his presidency might already be doomed. Then came an even greater threat. Soviet nuclear missiles appeared just 90 miles from American shores. The countdown toward nuclear war had begun. Human civilization itself was suddenly at risk. For 13 terrifying days, the world waited. One wrong decision, one misunderstanding, one missile launch, and millions of people could disappear in nuclear fire. Every eye was on one man. President Kennedy carried a burden few leaders have ever known. The fate of humanity rested upon his decisions. And somehow, the world survived. November 22nd, 1963. The president arrived in Dallas, Texas. The sun was shining. The crowds were enormous. People came to see their president, never imagining they were witnessing history's final moments. The motorcade slowly moved through the city. Children waved. People cheered. The president smiled. It looked like a perfect day. But sometimes, history hides its darkest moments behind the brightest skies. Ahead stood a place called Dealey Plaza. To everyone else, it was just another intersection. But within minutes, this ordinary street would become one of the most infamous places on earth. 12:30 p.m. Suddenly, a loud crack echoed through the plaza. Some thought it was fireworks. Others thought it was a car backfiring. No one yet understood. They had just heard the sound that would echo through history. Then panic erupted. People screamed. Some ran. Others dropped to the ground. Secret Service agents reacted instantly. The perfect day had become a nightmare.
Within seconds, the President of the United States was fighting for his life. As the limousine raced toward the hospital, an entire nation unknowingly crossed a line from hope into heartbreak. The hunt began immediately. Police rushed through buildings. Witnesses pointed in every direction. somewhere nearby. The person responsible was believed to be hiding. Then investigators found their suspect, a former Marine, 24 years old. His name, Lee Harvey Oswald, the man who would become one of the most controversial figures in American history. Then investigators found their suspect, a former Marine, 24 years old. His name, Lee Harvey Oswald, the man who would become one of the most controversial figures in American history. As cameras flashed, Oswald delivered words that would fuel decades of speculation. "I didn't shoot anybody. I'm just a patsy." Was he lying? Or was he telling the truth? America would never stop asking. 2 days later, something unimaginable happened. Millions of Americans were watching live television. Then suddenly, another gunshot, another body fell. Another mystery was born. The only man accused of killing President Kennedy was now dead himself. No trial, no testimony, no cross-examination. Just silence, and even more questions. The investigation officially ended. Authorities declared that one man acted alone. Case closed. But for millions of people, the case had only just begun. Why did Oswald deny everything? Why did Jack Ruby kill him? Was there another shooter? Who benefited from the president's death? Decades later, the questions remain. On that November afternoon, bullets killed a president, but they also ended an era of innocence. The assassination of John F. Kennedy became more than a crime. It became a mystery, a legend, and a wound that never truly healed. Even today, more than 60 years later, one question still echoes through history. Who really killed John F. Kennedy? And perhaps the most chilling possibility of all is that we may never know.